Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Great League team, and like the title says, this is the first time I'm actually worried about not hitting Legend. I've hit it for like 14 straight seasons or whatever. This is the first time I'm actually worried about not hitting it. I'll go over that in the middle of this battles here. But Sableye started with Clodsire, Frostlass, and then, Whiscash was everywhere, and that caused a problem. So instead of having Whiscash, like Clodsire, I used Quakesire. And I want to try Frostlass because I'm like, I know there's a lot of fighters, and I know that there's a lot of mud boys, and you can do like okay against those. So I tried that, and it just kind of limited. So Sableye Mirror, you're staying in here, throwing the foul play. See you win CMP. I end up losing CMP when we do CMP on the next one, and I just come in with Clodsire. Just get ahead on energy on Clodsire because Frostlass is weak to Ghosts, so I don't really want to do that. So CMP can up right here. I lose CMP. I'm like, might as well just get ahead on the mud shots. So let's go. Out come the mud shots. 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. 5 is a good amount. To be met with Sand Slash, which is an interesting one. So I end up CMPing on both just to like try and maintain like energy advantage. Because I know I have the energy advantage. I know I live 1 Ace Punch. So I do that. I ended up going double Earthquake both times. And they shield both times. So I'm like, what do you have in the back? So I end up committing my second shield in the next one. Take it out with the Stone Edge to see what it has in the back. To see if Clodsire can at least get some chip off on something here. So they will get to another move here. By this time, because this is now the second shield for me and they've already shielded, we're now in the Stone Edge range, and they catch a Stone Edge on a Mantine. So unlucky for them that I didn't go Earthquake again. But now it's just to ensure that I come out with 2 moves essentially. Take the first one, see how much it does. I can live another Air Lace, so I'm going to make sure that I come out with basically 2 moves. First one lands here, and then I am able to get the Shadow Ball. Frostlass is always great in limited cups. It hasn't had a limited cup yet. I know there is a Great League remix coming up, so maybe in the Great League remix it'll have some play. So Bastiodon, staying here, be very aware that, like, I know that the Bastiodon Wiggly Shadow Vic line has been around forever, but I've never seen it as much as I've seen it this season. I do not know why it is everywhere right now, but it is everywhere right now. So there's your Wiggly. I'm kind of was aware that it could be an option. So this is where having the poison is nice. But they do have Icy Wind, which will hit super effective. I don't think an Earthquake will take out, so there's no point of throwing 2 Earthquakes. I'd rather just do 2 Stone Edges. This Icy Wind will hurt. So once this Icy Wind lands and lowers my attack, then it's like I probably do need an Earthquake plus here because my attack is lowered, and the lowering of attack does quite an amount here. But hopefully I can get to Stone Edge range here, and they outpace me, which is crazy. Seems crazy that I'm getting outpaced by a Charmer. So I'm like, okay, let's just come in here, get super far ahead. Get a Shadow Ball off on what I expect to be the Bastiodon. Instant stop to Sableye, knowing that Shadow Vic is maybe on the radar here. So I hit them with the foul play. And there is your Vic. Again, the only problem is now with Magical Leaf, it's not really a fast move damage because they could have fast move damaged me down if it was a Razor Leafer, but it's not. So I take them out, have a shield left, so Frostlass will get a move off, take this out. And eventually you're going to see me get hit with a Whiscash on my Clodsire, and then I'm like, this thing's everywhere. I don't want to run Clodsire if I'm just going to get hit with it without like a real option for Whiscash, so I ended up switching to Quakesire just to make it a little more evenish. That. Okay. So I am around 2,400 right now. And it's 2 things. One, it's always trickier for me to hit legend in these seasons when I'm putting out 1 to 2 teams a day, because the second I get a good team, I showcase it, right? So I'll do like 2 sets with a team. I'll showcase it. I'll be like, hey, I went 8-2 with this team, great. And then I try and find another one. And then I either don't find one immediately or right away that works. So like I lose some yellow there, and then I find a good one, and then it's like, oh, I'm starting to run, and like, nope, new team. So that's been a problem for the last few seasons. It's why, like, before I was making videos, I was hitting legend like less than halfway through a season, because I would find a team and grind with it for a ton. People say, just go back to that. I honestly, I can't at this point. My channel, for better or worse, is now, the success of it and the eyes on it is based on having a lot of, just pump out a lot of videos to get a lot of eyes to help that. The GBL market is very niche. You've seen like the struggles you've seen the struggles with Pokemon Go channel over the past year, never mind just GBL channels. There's your Whiscash, what's going to come here. So there's that. The second thing is, this is a season that I have not found a Pokemon to core break what is the current meta. So, rewind. When the meta was Registeel, I'm great at finding core breakers that are not typical Pokemon. So, Registeel, Trevenant, Walrein, that core, I was playing with Kanto Ninetales first. Like, quite honestly, I was like one of the first ones playing with Kanto Ninetales in that area. Before Cindy made Kanto Ninetales at the time popular when she won Vancouver regionals with it, I already knew. Like, I had, and I made a joke on Twitter when people are like, oh, Cindy unlocked the secret formula with Kanto Ninetales. And then I put like basically one of those like 8 words, like, I wonder, link of a video with Kanto Ninetales. Who, video with Kanto Ninetales. Would have Kanto Ninetales. Like, and that's the thing. I play with Kanto Ninetales like on every single team because I knew it was such a core breaker. Togedemaru, Lantern, Noctowl, what was it? Medi is not a good answer for it, but the Lantern Noctowl core, I had Togedemaru, and I used that everywhere because you killed Noctowl and you can actually just chip a ton. You actually beat Lantern. You beat Lantern too. So that was a win there. And now you have Annihilape, Skarmory, and Whiscash. And that core is really, really tough to find in Core Breaker 2. Because you have what was kind of like one of the oldest pairings in like Swampert and Skarmory, right? The problem is you have an upgrade to Swampert and Skarmory essentially, right? Skarmory gets a better fast move than it was in the past, so it's harder to beat. And Whiscash has more coverage and more bulk than, and by coverage I mean like you're able to spam like the mud bombs faster as opposed to like the earthquake, and the Scald still hurts. So it's not as, Scald is not as good as Hydro Cannon, but it's still like super, super strong. So you have that, and now you have a fighter that has insane coverage because it's half ghost. So unlike some of these other fighters, where it's very easy to counter them, this thing seems to be able to hit. It has a fast charger to Shadow Ball, which has great coverage for a lot of Pokemon that would otherwise come after it. So much so that it's like a safe swap. And I haven't been able to find a core breaker. That's why I tried Froslass. I'm like, but like Froslass gets killed by Skarmory, so that's not smart. Maybe I should go back to Trevenant again and try Trevenant a bit more. But again, even in Trevenant, you will lose the Skarmory matchup. So there's no true like core breaker like I found in the past. And because of it, I've had trouble coming up with teams. Like my most successful teams have been putting Annihilape, Whiscash, Skarmory, Gligar on a team together and throwing them out there because there truly are meta that handle the majority of the thing. So I have struggled way more this season than I have in any other season. Um, so much so that like I don't even know who I would choose. Let me actually go look on Twitter to see what the, because again, I got to the winners Group A regional finals in Toronto solely because I had a good team of 6, right? I knew how to team build in that current meta for it, and I actually doubled up Carbink and Charger Bug. So even though they played a lot of the same role, it worked extremely well because at the time the meta worked out there. So here is that's just the top. Let me see if this has anything else for like the top 16. Yeah, so in the top, okay, so a lot of these are just based on the top 16. So they do like breakdowns for the regionals and stuff like that of like which Pokemon are the thing. And that's the thing. So this gives you a pretty accurate representation of what the meta is. So in the Sao Paulo regionals, Lantern had a 52% rate for everyone. Gligar 44, Annihilate 43, Cresselia 43, Skarmory 39, Lickitung 34, Vigoroth at 31 is kind of interesting. Altaria 29, Whiscash 28. And then the other 3 are Azumarill, Skeldurge, and Chargebug. But that's the thing, right? Lantern, Gligar, Skarmory, Whiscash, Annihilate. That is the Open Great League meta, and that's the Show 6 Pick 3 meta. And it's truly because the Skarmory, Whiscash, Annihilate core can handle a ton, right? Annihilate weak to flying, Skarmory's going to deal with that. Whiscash weak to grass, Skarmory will deal with that. Skarmory weak to fire and electric, Whiscash deals with that, and Annihilate can deal decent, right? So it's just like, I could theoretically just throw those 3 together and try to push. And I may, at this point, have to try and do that. But I don't think that there's like a core breaker. So if you look at this list, right, look at the list of the other Pokemon to try and core break these 3. Lantern going to get killed by Whiscash. Gligar going to get killed by Skarmory. Cresselia going to get killed by Skarmory. Lickitung going to be beat by Annihilate as a counter user. Altaria is an interesting one. Altaria probably can deal with those. Altaria is going to lose to Skarmory because it's Steel. Chargerbug is going to lose to Whiscash. Azumarill is going to lose to Lantern, which is everywhere. It's not one of those 3, but it's going to lose to Lantern. And even the other matchups are not as straightforward as you think. So that's the thing. Like I cannot break this current meta the way it is. So I don't know. I'm running out of time. There is 5 more weeks or 4 more weeks left after this. Let me see. 4 more weeks. There's only 4 more weeks, and one of those is a catch cup. So we have 2 weeks of Great League Remix, which I'll probably have to go hard for. But again, the Great League Remix, let me look at the list here. There are some of those main Pokemon banned. Lantern, Skarmory, Whiscash are all banned. Is Gligar banned? Gligar is not banned. Lickitung is banned. Gligar is not banned. Annihilate, because this is previous seasons and it hasn't been, Annihilate isn't banned. So you have Gligar and Annihilate right off the top there. Yes, Whiscash is banned, but you can just replace that with Quagsire. So, or Swampert, same thing. So I worry that you're still going to have a lot of the same teams out there. Annihilate, Quagsire, Gligar, not the exact same because Skarmory plays a really, really, really unique role. But I question how strong this will be. So yeah, we'll see how it goes for the last 4 weeks. I'm gonna need to make a heck of a run, and I can every single season. Like I said, every single season, not only do I usually find a core breaker, I usually find a team that gets me like 300, 400 ELO in like 4 or 5 sets. I find a team like, oh yeah, this is the team, and I just go and I run with it, and it dominates. Haven't found the team yet. I've not found the team yet. And I'm done my battles for today on Monday. This is going up Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see. I do think there are, like, you can't totally count out that people are getting better too. Like, I can't count that out. People are getting better. So if, as someone who got away on not counting and playing distracted while holding kids and not hitting all the bubbles, as someone who's gotten away with that in the past, I just probably can't get away with that as much anymore as I used to, because everyone's better now too. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Perfect rant time to end, because this is my last matchup, which is another loss. Because Frosthouse ain't it. Frosthouse is not the core breaker for this meta. So if you have a core breaker or a team to use, let me know. Like, someone in the comments read, and I don't know if it's just not my season, because someone in the comments in my other video said a lot of people are running with Annihilate, Dugong, Bastiodon. And I tried it and I went 0-3. So I'm like, okay, one of two things is happening. One, that everyone running with it is just getting lucky with alignment, or two, like, truly the universe is against me and does not want me to hit legend this season, because it is rough going right now. So that is basically it for the team. Again, Clodsire is extremely tough to use when Skarmory and Whiscash are your two main meta out there. Quagsire a little bit better, but not even amazing. Sableye can kind of handle both, which is why I like Sableye. I do like Sableye, because Sableye can kind of handle those, but then you get like the Wigglytuff line and you get stuff like that, and Lantern will take care of Sableye. So there's still a lot of things that can deal with Sableye. But at least it's got decent, I don't know what I'm going to do. Plus, like, there's still Lickitungs and stuff as the normal typing, which can deal with it. So it's really, I'm finding it really hard to find a good core breaker this season. And I've tried to use Kanto Ninetales multiple times and failed. Togedemaru still has some play, but again, you're going to get killed by the mud boys like Whiscash and the fighters like Annihilate and Non-Annihilate. So it's like, there goes your couple wins there. So I don't know. I'll keep trying to figure it out. Hopefully I get one of those lightning strikes teams that I can just run with. Yeah, so we'll see. Anyways, that is it. Put it out a submitted Master League team this morning, and we'll have another submitted Master League team in this afternoon, tomorrow morning. This is going up in the afternoon. Okay, anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.